next few minutes, we will talk about what CoreStack does for enterprises and how we do it with Google, is our latest hyperscaler partnership that I'm very proud about, and I manage from CoreStack's perspective. So CoreStack is a multi-cloud governance platform. And today, while we have multiple product lines, today I'm going to focus on the enterprise cloud governance product, which is called ECG. I am Parul Chera. I head the strategic alliances for CoreStack. So real quickly on agenda, we'll talk about the challenges. I want to go deeper into the product itself. When I say product, meaning from business usage side, how are enterprises consuming today? And then what are we doing with GCP? I think Gautami talked at great length explaining different GCP services and how CoreStack has connected that for the consumer to quickly and efficiently consume. And then we'll just summarizing our value proposition and then some recognition and partnership. So again, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. There is a lot of talk about going to cloud, started the cloud journey, but we stopped or we stalled, or we're having these issues. One of the biggest thing is the operational challenges. Because of multi-cloud hyperscalers are doing fantastic job. So you have as an enterprise opportunity to kind of go work with different hyperscalers, but now and different processes and different tools to kind of connect different dots. There's an operational challenges, and there is hence the inefficiencies. With inefficiencies comes also the security issues, right? There are industry standards you got to follow. There are best practices, company standards you have to follow. And the whole agility that people want to go on, or enterprises want to go embrace the cloud itself, can create a lot of security challenges. There is a cost leakage issue. I mean, all of our customers that we have talked, one of the biggest challenge in their mind is, hey, I'm going on cloud to really reap the benefit first cost, but it looks like my cost is just kind of going over and I have no visibility. So there are ways that you can actually curtail that. The fourth problem we see is constantly around excess, which is again tied to security, which can be tied to even your cost, which could be tied to your operational inefficiencies. And at the heart is resources, right? This is all around the resource consistencies, whether it's cost, access, security, operations. All of these are attributes of resources that you consume on cloud. And so we have, over the last few years that the company has been around, we have seen that, heard this constantly from our enterprise customers, users, and even some of our technology partners. I always do this. I would love to solve any problem or have people solve my problem in 3 steps, and that's exactly how CoreStack has built its platform. Onboard all your accounts, apply the guardrails, and here you have optimized, secure, compliant, and highly available cloud resources, highly available your cloud footprints. And that's exactly what CoreStack's founder had a vision a few years ago, and then build the product. There is a lot of text here, but I still think it is important. When we are talking about cloud and the technologies and the services, how do you translate that in my day-to-day business? I am an enterprise user, or I am consuming cloud services. What does it mean for me? So the 3 areas that we think our business is concerned about or would have been using cloud, we have bucketed them into FinOps, your financial operations, right? How do you manage that? And these are different attributes of FinOps: cost visibility, cost optimization, forecast, cost reports, cost anomalies. Because when you have actually bucketed the problems or the consumption, how a business sees it or uses it, then creating a solution to address that makes it much more easier, because now we are talking, we are selling, we are building that a customer needs, not because we think it is right. The other aspect of end-to-end governance would be SecOps. Gautami touched security as a heart for most hyperscalers, and I totally agree with it. And while the cost becomes a first problem or opportunity to solve, security is super critical as more and more critical business workloads go on cloud. So what are the areas that come under security? Threat detection, vulnerability assessment, best practices, access violations. Are there industry compliance standards that somebody can solve for me so I don't have to worry about staying compliant to HIPAA or FedRAMPs or NISTs of the world? There are different well-architected framework that the hyperscalers, and I would just say here AWS, Azure, Google, all of them talk about it and have built it for their customers. Can I leverage it just from one place? So those are all the parts of SecOps. And one of the other thing, which again, if you can take the whole operational aspect, we look at CloudOps. So FinOps, SecOps, and CloudOps are the ways that businesses are either consuming or seeing the challenges into. What comes under the cloud operations? Service availability, alerts, remediations, activity tracking. Hey, can I run my scripts? Is there a way to automate my running the templates, automatic backup and restore, patch management, integration with additional ITSM tools, because this in the cloud operation we have the tools such as Jira or ServiceNow that my teams used to. Can I integrate with? All of them comes based on our experiences and what we've heard, and we've had about 100 plus customers that our product is already deployed at. This is what we have extrapolated at. So this is where we see the business consumption or business usage, or how business view their world when they are still talking about cloud. With that, let me go and, it's not, okay, sorry, it was just not scrolling for me. Let me go and talk about what is enterprise cloud governance. Why do I feel so confident that the problems are solved in 3 easy steps? Granted, there is a lot that goes into the configuration mode, but this is how we have viewed the problem statement and created a governance model, a framework called OSCAR. Operation, security, cost, accesses, and resource. Very well aligned to the 5 problem statement that I had put it up front before. And all of them around your multi-cloud resources is what ECG, which is our enterprise cloud governance platform product, is built upon. And that's where we call, and I'll just double click on all 5 pillars of OSCAR. So with that, let's get into operations first. Monitoring, alerts, remediations. These are key actions or activity that happens under the operation umbrella. And the tool and the product that we have, which is Enterprise Cloud Governance, ECG, I will just call it for the lack of time into speaking a long statement. ECG addresses this in a manner where they are able to connect that to even security, right? And then they are able to connect to cost, access, and then resource. So these 5 pillars are interconnected, and this is where we have a patent pending technology called service chaining. So if I were to just tactically say, take data, what are you monitoring? What are you monitoring makes sense. So we're not only just getting insights, but make it so that it's actionable. How does it impact your security? How does it impact your cost? Certain machines are really kind of underutilized, so it is impacting my cost. Or certain machines have some security vulnerability, so it impacts our security. Certain machines were not supposed to have certain accesses by people, so access and security. So you can see how all of them are connected, and that's why this product becomes very powerful, because we see from soup to nut, start to end. Are the backups automated? So the idea is truly that 1, 2, 3 step that I said. You onboard your accounts, set all the guardrails. You have guardrails from all the hyperscalers plus what we have built, and just continue to have this autonomous and continuous governance applied to different areas of your resources, to different tenants, subtenants, different aspect of your resources. That's what is ECG. Now, since we are talking about Google here, and Gautami went in depth about several different fantastic services that Google has already built and is building continuously, and we are hearing from our customer as well because we are a multi-cloud player. So this is what our at a very super high level. I think we are 100% cloud native services, so there is no vendor lock-in, and these are various GCP services, right, that you could have at the end that you'd be consuming. Where CoreStack's Oscar model comes in, we make meaningful connections and provide you with the views that is more relevant to your day-to-day activity. Views could be, a single pane of glass for all your security or all your, cloud resources, all inventory. And, views could be the vulnerability assessments and, how are they impacting. But beyond the views, we've also created actionable capabilities. So you're able to take actions right away. You're able to put the proactive or reactive measures. So through policy engine, you can manage how you want to attack your violations, right? Violations could be a cost-based violation. Something went off. I don't want to wait after the end when I get the bill, but can I just mitigate it right away? So having visibility is by far the most important thing, but having a actionable visibility where I can just go and take action is super critical. Now, take it further. Can I set my parameters so that certain things will not happen? I would love it. So you are able to accomplish all of that through CoreStack. So this is a quick, I know this is our product. This is a quick snapshot of, one of our, screens. Here you can see, we have different, Oscar, which is operation, security, cost. Again, it will kind of continue to have the same theme wherever you go. So it's very easy for users who are using this tool to navigate. But at the top, when we see it, this is my multi-cloud. So, I have AWS accounts running Azure, and I kind of double clicked on GCP. And, when you click on it, again, this is what you would have onboarded in that 1, 2, 3 step. There are, 5 billing accounts, 5 link projects, which Gautami again explained how Google manages setting up your accounts. And then you can just drill down from here. Another screen I will just show you is this is how the inventory view. Now I've gone very specific into some of my GCP accounts and just wanted to take a stock of inventory. How does it look? How many snapshot are this? VM instances, instance group. And again, this you can have it at the multi-cloud views, right? My AWS, Azure, and GCP. I specifically picked because this is a GCP focused conversation. And then from here, you're able to take actions. This is just a snapshot, but here you can see something has violated or something's not done, you can take action. There are multiple different ways you can go through. So this is a real quick couple of snapshot. I highly recommend, discover.corestack.io. Please go check it out. Ping me. I'm more than happy to open up an account for you guys to just experience what is it when we say it's a multi-cloud product. Real quick, since we are talking about Google, and I said that we help faster consumption of GCP services. Fast does not mean it's not relevant. We actually, when we say fast, there is a meaning to it. We have instilled enough confidence in the customer to say what you're doing is right, and you can do it much better as well with CoreStack. And this in turn has actually shown faster consumption of GCP services. So I'll just take a couple of them, GCP billing and CoreStack. GCP billing module, some of it actually Gautami has touched, so these words should be familiar. So what we do is on top of the GCP billing or with GCP billing services of Google for our customers, and some of these use cases are for managed service providers who are starting to serve their customers. So we kind of make billing much more easy for them at the granular level in the fashion that they are used to seeing. So CoreStack enables GCP projects, services, resource category, and labeling. CoreStack enables chargeback governance based on the markup and discount configuration. So this could be a very good use case for managed service provider or a customer who has multiple different organizations or subtenants, you would say, within their account. So chargebacks are very important. CoreStack enables custom multi-GCP organization and cost project, visibility. Again, visibility is super important, so we kind of aggregate that for you. Another security. Yes, security is the heart. I think that's what Gautami said, and I agree. Security is the heart for all of us when we are building technologies, when hyperscalers are delivering services, when enterprises are consuming it. All three, security becomes at the core for all of us. So CoreStack has extensive security policy support based on GCP security, health, and analytics. It enables ITSM integration again, so it becomes a seamless, connected experience for the end user to go from the incident ticketing to really going and spinning up GCP resources or consuming GCP resources. It enables compliance standard. NIST, HIPAA, we have about more than 40 to 50 buckets, I would say, that we've already created, and it's just one click and you can enable that for any resources that you would be consuming under that account or project. And CoreStack Security Framework has support for GCP's event threat and detection, and GCP Web Security Scanner. Again, you are able to do this all from one platform, and it's important for enterprises, and thus they are able to take that journey much faster, moving to cloud journey, that is. So if I have to just summarize quickly, what is ECG? What does it mean for customer or enterprise users? With GCP, with ECG and your hyperscaler services running at the back, you run lean and efficient cloud operations while achieving higher infrastructure availability and reliability. It is continuously and autonomously assessing various aspects of your resources. So security and the vulnerability, you're able to avert a lot of it upfront. It gives you an actionable insights to really take right action in time on your cost so that you're able to better see the value, right, of why you went to cloud or why you're embracing cloud. It has a centralized visibility of all your accesses, right? That is super critical roles and users for different departments because some of them don't have to be in certain resources. Some of them don't have to be consuming certain resources, or some of them are no longer with the company. And we've heard horrible security breaches because of some of those issues. And it's a user, we have various capabilities where you are able to have multiple different approaches to categorize your cloud resources for better visibility and control and accurate reporting. And it also helps you mitigate, some of the underutilized or orphan resources that you can actually optimize your cost for somewhere else. So business value is delivered so far. And again, this is just a very high-level summary. We have case study, more than happy to share. We've seen as high as 50% decrease in cloud cost. And this decrease means a lot to even hyperscaler, because hyperscalers also want to instill that in trust in enterprise users to say, hey, you can actually use cloud to your fullest advantage. So when I'm saying decrease cloud cost, it actually helps you as an enterprise to really put your cost to faster acceleration. You can bring in more applications. So it is an important aspect. We've seen 40% increase in operational efficiencies. In some of the cases, we've seen even as high as 70. I just kind of summarized here, or maybe put it in an average. There's 100% compliance with industry standards, because it's an autonomous and continuous governance that you enable or unleash, as I would say. Real quick case study. Tom, I'm okay with time. Just one more minute.
We've got about a minute, Parul. So you could summarize this, which is so powerful. That'd be great.
Yeah, just quickly, a quick case study, customer case study. The problem area, resource visibility, cost. Again, we start with cost, with almost again, businesses start to realize the security becomes at the heart. And this is how we had actually helped them. The impact, this is what I was saying, this was 70% improved cloud operational efficiencies and 40% cost optimization right away. This is Anglo-American mining industry, in the mining industry. Just a few recognitions we've had. Fortunate, the company has been around for 5+ years. We are headquartered out of Seattle, multi-cloud. We are Google partner. There was the most recent one that I was able to launch and very proud about it. Other than that, we had AWS, very deep with AWS as well. We are a cloud management tools competency in AWS and Microsoft Gold partner. And that's about it. I would hand it back to you, Ron. Again, thank you so much for giving me your time to hear and giving me a time to present.